Amidst the chaos, Monica yelled, "Mommy!" as the car crashed. A flashback, something from her memory clicked in her mind, which was unrecognizable yet very vivid and made her stop her car abruptly in the middle of the road. The same road where she was driving appeared to be the place where it all happened. She was with her family, driving back to her house following an outing, and it was pouring rain that day. Before the car caught fire, her mother shoved her out. Like her mind was blank, she couldn't remember much about that day or her parents. But today, that flashback reminded her of something incomprehensible. She carried something in her mind, an invisible string that pulled her towards an unidentifiable place in her mind. Irresistible. Monica sat under the willow tree with a canvas and painted with all her attention. It had always been her favorite pastime to experiment with hues and paint imaginary scenes with the power of her brushstrokes. In the eyes of the masses, Monica ruled because of her mastery of the canvas and paint. She was awe-inspiring and on the rise in the art world. That bright afternoon, she spent 4 hours painting an abstract that, to her shock, looked nothing like what she had envisioned. The sight of the painting caused her eyes to widen. Again, ugh! When she finally had enough, she took the brush, dipped it in black paint, and slapped the painting around angrily, ruining it totally. Her brow was knit with exasperation. Her frown portrayed her disappointment and annoyance. She thought of bringing the ruined painting inside but left it under the tree. When she answered the ringing phone, it rang 3 times before she answered, and when she did, she said, "Hello, this is Monica." "Hello, Monica. I'm glad to convey to you that there will soon be a painting exhibition and your presence is required. I think Sasha has already told you that, hasn't she?" The woman on the other end of the line asked. Yes, she did. Monica reassures that she's already hard at work on the problem while she drinks from the glass of water she was holding. "Amazing! Everyone can't wait to see your finished painting. By the way, I have no doubt you will excel again," the woman gushed. Again, the feedback made Monica nervous. She ended the call and started dialing a new one. "Hello, Kate? Is today good for you to visit? I want to see you," she told the voicemail. She looked at her picture once more from the massive window of her home, which she had painted. Kate arrived in the evening. "Hey," Kate inquired, "what's the matter?" "Okay, so for the past month, something strange has been occurring. I'm at a loss for words to describe this to you," Monica remarked. "This is very unusual and I don't know." Kate comforted her by taking her hand and saying, "Come on. Do you know that you may tell me anything and I won't judge you? Please, just tell me now. I swear I'll be of some assistance to you. This strange occurrence has been going on for over a month now. Every time I decide to put pen to paper or paint to canvas, it's always the same painting of a woman, even when I try to change my focus," she explained. "Weird, but go ahead." Kate heard attentively. "Never in my life or any place else have I seen that woman. How or why? But her face keeps popping into my head. In vain, I attempt to remove it." Monica sighs and continues, "I have run out of things to draw. Deadlines are approaching, and I have nothing to show for my efforts but her." Monica said to Kate, "Come on, let me show you." And she led Kate to her apartment's art area. Her beautiful drawings adorned the walls of her room, creating a vibrant atmosphere. Monica and Kate entered the space together. She removed the sheet covering part of a wall. Under the cover, they found a series of artworks that all featured the same woman, to which Kate said, "Unbelievable! The hardest part is that my mind has only ever come up with images of her. I've been having nightmares. The dreams I have about her are really strange. In them, I am both distant and close to her. She creeps me out and she stares back at me." Monica said, "I can't take this any longer." "You're going to make it," Kate suggested, that they talk to your mom or maybe see some psychiatrist about the eerie feeling they're getting. You think I'm some kind of psycho? Was not the response Monica was hoping from Kate. Am I completely insane? After explaining myself to everyone else, I figured at least you would get it. Clearly, I was incorrect. Please leave me alone for a while. Kate realized that more explanation would only irritate Monica. For the time being, she should have been left alone. Monica went to the market in search of fresh paintbrushes. Her strength was ebbing under the sun's relentless sprays. She was eager to finish the painting, but then she spotted a woman who looked just like the subject. Thoughts of sleepless nights and hundreds of wasted paints because of the same image she had been drawing rushed through her mind. As she tried to figure out the present, she told herself no way and began to follow her. A mob of people rushed before her, and before she could get any nearer, she lost sight of her. When the woman turned around and smiled at her again, she continued to look that way. As Monica closed in on her, she suddenly woke up. The recurring dream. Her pulse was racing and she was sweating. As the morning light from the sun filled her room, her alarm went off. She was exhausted because her sleep had been so disrupted recently. There was a knock at the door and she answered it. "Hey, Mom, I'm relieved to have you back." She embraced her mother and sobbed, "I have missed you so much." "Oh, sweetie, we have been so busy, but your dad and I had a great time. But we missed you terribly. How's your painting progressing?" Her mother questioned. "I've heard that you have another exhibition, have you?" Monica inhaled deeply. She had not yet fully recovered from last night's dream. She desperately needed to discuss it with her mother, but was unable to. "Monica, is everything all right? You don't look well." Her mother told her, "I need to talk to you about something that's bothering me, but I'm not sure what it is or how to tell you about it at the moment." She eventually told her, "I hope I can explain it to you." "Honey, you know you can talk to me anytime, right?" her mother asked. Monica gave her approval with a slight nod, but she still didn't know how to explain it to her mother. "Enough about me, Mom. Did you have fun? It's been so long since you and Dad went for a trip." Defeated, she decided to change the topic. In the afternoon, she picked up her paintbrush once more. She took the paintbrush and studied the color wheel. She cradled it in her palm, attempting to form an emotional connection. The brush slipped out of her trembling grasp. She jumped off her stool and sprawled out on the soft, verdant grass of the garden she was tending. Clouds obscured the sun and gave the sky a gloomy appearance. The accident flooded back into her consciousness. Everything was right in front of her eyes, yet she was helpless to stop it. She questioned, "Why can't I recall anything that happened before or after that?" The grassy ground underneath her was perceptible. The effect was calming and comforting. She closed her eyes and an image materialized before her. The same woman was painting and humming a song. As she stopped painting, the woman's humming faded away. The woman turned around and saw her again, staring at her as if she were going to steal her away. A sensation of unease spread over Monica's entire body. The lady reached out her hands and smiled at her. "Come to me, Mon," she beckoned. Monica inquired, "How do you know my nickname?" "I know quite a bit about you. Follow me, and I'll show you." She smiles and extends her hand towards me. "Follow me," she beckoned. Monica was feeling stuck and was unable to move. The woman stood up and moved, approaching Monica. She fought valiantly but was unable to escape. "No, I can't accompany you," she yelled. "No, no, no." Over and over again until she woke in her own bed. The night sky was illuminated by the opened window. Monica had lost track of time and was completely befuddled. Perhaps Kate was correct. "I really need to consult a psychiatrist," she reflected. Her favorite hangout in the metropolis was a local coffee shop. She was able to get more done because of the conducive environment. She could spend all day reading her collection of favorite novels. It was a more conducive environment for her to think and plan. When Kathy found her, she was lounging in her usual hangout spot, Monica became close with the waitress Kathy because of how often she came to the restaurant. To her, Kathy said, "Here's your coffee and today's magazine." After obtaining both, Monica began pursuing the magazine until her attention was drawn to a particular article. Like being stung by a snake, her eyes went completely still. She had been picturing and painting a woman she had never seen but whose likeness appeared in the magazine. There was a caption with her photo that read, "Madame Lily, one of the famous names in the field of art." Oh my! The woman is a painter! No way! I have to track her down, Monica told herself. She made a note of her name and her coordinator could easily acquire her address from there. Monica had to go far to visit Lily because she lived in a different city. She had no idea what was waiting for her or what she would be facing. She drove her car while contemplating the subject more deeply. Why do I need to track her down anyway? She materialized out of thin air in my head. She never extended any kind of invitation to me. I don't know what to say to her. Monica's mind was racing with the words. I have no explanation for it, she mumbled to herself because she had none. She spent hours on the road, but she finally made it to where Lily was staying. Her palms sweat and her heart pounded as she wondered if she should do it. She cautiously advanced, approaching the home. It was a modest homestead. She froze at the threshold of the door. As her heart pounded against her chest, she became aware of its sound, but it was up to her to figure out why. There must be a link, she reasoned. Her fingers ascended to the bell's clapper and she rang it. No one came to open the door and she waited for a while. Perhaps that was not such a great plan after all. As she turned to leave, she muttered, "Perhaps I shouldn't have come here," and heard the door unlock. She finally saw the face that had been haunting her thoughts and dreams for the past month, the identical face she had painted instinctively many times. Not even a simple hello came out of her mouth. The look of bewilderment on her face prompted Lily to inquire, "Are you looking for someone, dear?" With a deep breath, Monica confidently answered, "Yes. Actually, it was my intention to meet you." Lily exclaimed, "See me?" In disbelief. "Yes," Monica replied. Lily invited her inside her home. There existed a sense of familiarity in the ambience of the house. It somehow resembled her own place in terms of ornamentation. Though modest in size, her home was exquisitely furnished. It looked like the home of a painter. The walls were adorned with exquisite artwork and the lighting was soft and golden. There were paintings on the walls and sculptures on the coffee table. "You wanted to meet me, but why?" Lily asked with curiosity in her eyes. Monica gave a slight smile along with her reason. "I became your instant fan after seeing your old interview in a magazine. I hope you don't mind it." Monica's embarrassed face was not the only reason why Lily had a distant expression on her face. "I feel like I've seen you before," she whispered abruptly. "I feel that too. Your eyes are deep." Monica agreed and continued, "It is actually strange for me to compliment someone because I receive this compliment very often." Monica laughed. Lily's eyebrows frowned, but she quickly changed her expression. "I can't believe I'm sitting here with someone I've seen on television receiving awards," Monica sighed in awe. "Well, you need to believe it because I'm not letting you go back without a cup of coffee." Both Lily and Monica found this conversation strange, but awfully familiar. Monica replied, "I read your interview in the magazine and I was really interested in learning more about you." It was not just it, there was something else that was making her want to dig deeper. Lily held her hand to walk her to the art room. Holding her hand was so comforting, Monica thought. She felt lighter and satisfied, an unfamiliar feeling to Monica. They talked and discussed art and painting for a long time. Still, Monica came up empty in her search for information that would help her. She was still having a good time talking to the woman. There was an obvious chemistry between them that almost distracted her from her original mission. "Monica, after some time had passed, remarked, I had a great time with you today. I picked up a lot of knowledge from you. That kind of time with you is something I would really miss. I suppose I should go now." "It was nice meeting you, Monica. Just talking to you made me feel fantastic." I have been lonely for quite a long time. I really appreciate your visit," Lily pleaded with Monica to return. Monica asked, "May I ask where your family lives?" "I don't exactly have a family anymore. 2 years ago, my spouse passed away, and I have no children. Since then, I have had to fend for myself. In my opinion, life is challenging. Happiness, like everything else, eventually fades away. I fear being alone for however many days I have left." Lily's voice was laced with anguish as she said, "Loneliness haunts me." When Monica saw the tears welling up in Lily's eyes, her heart sank. She wanted to stay and help, but now was not the right time. She could not resist hugging her. Lily needed comfort, and Monica was finding it more challenging to leave her. The clouds crackled, and then there was a deep rumble. The weather turned as a storm rolled in. "Oh my, you must not leave at this time. It is not safe to travel at the moment. Since it is now night, you should spend the night here. Even I could use some company," Lily said while wiping off her tears and getting back to normal. Monica made a good choice by staying inside as the storm got worse. In any case, Monica appreciated her companionship. Over the course of dinner, Lily served her and they shared stories about their loved ones. While Monica was dozing off, the thunder in the sky grew louder. She was slumbering in the bed of the adjoining room to Lily's. She was too nervous to reveal the real cause of her visit. As she was thinking about Lily and her bond, the wind picked up and the cabinet door opened. The glass shattered and the cabinet door slammed. Monica stood up and bolted the door, but something fell off on the ground. She picked it up, a collection of photographs. She carried it to the bed and flipped through it by the light of the lamp. When she opened it, she gasped in disbelief. Her childhood photographs flooded the scrapbook. Lily's arms were around Monica in almost every picture. I mean, how is it possible? What does she want with my pictures, and why does she seem to be in all my photos? The situation has become far too intricate. I have to talk to my mom right away, Monica told herself. She was frightened and uneasy. Many questions flooded her head, but she knew she had to investigate further. The following day, she sneaked out of the house before Lily got up. As her heart rate increased, she drove at top speed. Eventually, she would discover the truth, and she knew it. However, she was unsure of whether or not she was prepared to accept the truth. Upon entering her house, she called out for her mother. "Mom, I really need to talk about something. Please, can you explain this to me? Who is this woman? And why is she carrying me?" Monica handed her the photo album and said, "I need the truth, Mom. I have been so disturbed lately." "Where did you get this photo from?" her mother asked as she grabbed the album from her daughter's hands. "Mom, who is she?" Monica asked with evident anger in her tone. "I'm sorry if this comes across the wrong way, but we are not your biological parents. This happened when you were 2 years old in a tragic vehicle accident. Your parents went missing, but you were found and saved," her mother explains. After a pause, she continues, "Since we were childless, we decided to give you a home. You had been through a lot at a very young age. You were kept under special care regarding the trauma you had, which led you to mistake us for your biological parents." "I can't believe this," Monica said in disbelief. "And that's your mom in the photo book. I saw her photo in the newspaper after the incident. I don't know if they were found or what happened. I have no idea." Her mother finally told her the truth. "Honey, we always loved you like our own child. Yes, we did hide the truth because we didn't want you to get hurt. You are our everything." "Mom, what should I do?" Monica asked her mother as she embraced her, even though she knew the answer that she already had was going to hurt her parents. After an emotional moment, her mother cupped her face in her hands and affirmed her, "Do what your heart wants you to do." Tears welled up in Monica's eyes as she drove back to Lily's house, and she rushed over to give her a big hug. Lily was shocked by the sudden affection, but she accepted it. "Mom," she announced. Tears welled up in Lily's eyes as she stared at Monica. Although no words were shared between this duo of mother and daughter, their eyes said it all. In the end, Monica was able to find out all she wanted to know. She saw a fleeting mental image of her mother's face which she recognized but could not place. Because she subconsciously identified with her mother, she painted a portrait of her mother because in her subconscious, she had her, and then Monica decided to present her mom's portrait in the art exhibition because it was meant to be this way, she thought.